Hi everyone, well I'm back again for the second part of the video, and in the first part I did the ferns, the all-in-one, the pieces for this fern, and I also had the catastrophe with the other fern that broke while I was dusting. I've left that in the video on purpose in order to prove that not everything goes right for everybody. Accidents do happen, and what you should do really when you're doing that type of fern is to make sure that you have the ferns on a steady surface so that you can dust it without breaking pieces off like that. So basically that was how not to do it. Anyway, back to the ferns that we're doing. I'm going to put the other fern together, the one that I did in the last video, but I'm also going to show you now how to do the pieces for the ladder fern, which I've got the cutters here for that. Sorry, for the ribbon fern. Get it right in a bit. Where's the other one? There it is. And in this set here I've got 3 cutters like that. There is another set that I've got which is a smaller one, which is a similar type of fern, which is that one, but I'm going to do the bigger one because I've already done all the bits and pieces for that. So basically this is one of the easiest ferns to do, for the simple reason that all I'm going to do is frill the edges. There's no veining on this one, so you can either use a template, because you can cut the pieces out yourself. I mean, it doesn't matter what shape they are really. It just happens that I'm using cutters here for that. Just put that the right way around, that's the other way up. But you could make templates for this one if you're going to do this particular type of fern. So put a bit of white fat on the board as usual, and roll out the paste. For those that haven't watched the first video, you can go back and watch it, but the colour that I've used for colouring my ferns is Christmas green from Sugar Flare. If you're using Squire's Kitchen, they do one called Holly and Ivy, which is the same colour. The Holly and Ivy in the Colour Flare one is too blue. I don't use that one. I only use one green, as I've said before. I keep repeating myself, because you don't need loads of different colours. You only need a base colour, because you can get your ferns, your leaves and ferns and whatever you're making to the right colour by using the dusts. And there are a lot of different greens in the dust and various other colours, different shades. If you're using one of the ones that has a lot of variation in shades, which I use Edible Art, and their website address is Edible Art World of Colour, if you want to have a look at those. Right, I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces out with this. I'm not going to do all of them, because otherwise it's going to make it so that I have to do more videos and people get bored with watching you doing too much of the same thing. So I have all my blue beater bits done. So all we're going to do with that now is I need some wires. Should have some on here somewhere. Bits of wire. I've always got some bits lying around. And for this I'm using a 28 gauge wire. 28 is the size that I use for most of my leaves and that. Unless you're doing something that's really big, then you need to use a stronger wire, because of the weight of the whatever you're doing. It's a rule of thumb. Think about the weight. The heavier it is, the thicker the wire that you need, and the thicker the wire, the smaller the number. I know it takes a bit of time to get your head round that, but that's how the wires work. It did with me anyway. I had quite a bit of difficulty getting my head round that. Right, so that one's gone wrong. See, there again, things have gone wrong, just to prove a point. I'm having one of those days today. This one's done right. So what you do with your ribbon ferns, because all they are basically is a leaf with a wavy edge like that, So if you get your ball tool, and all you do is just run down your ball tool and go backwards and forwards to get a wavy edge on it like that. Or if you're using your dog bone tool, whichever tool you're using. And then all I do then is just turn it over and then just dry that. Just bear with me a second.